ask. Because if I sat across from you at Starbucks, or if we had lunch, here's what the conversation would be like. We'd kind of go around and around in a circle, and you would ask these two questions. Your conversation with me would be about, what about this, and what about that? And the other question you'd ask is why, right? Well, what about this? What about all the dinosaurs? Where did they come from? And what about all the suffering in the world? What about all the difficult things that happen in my life? What about all these things that I don't understand? Or the other thing is, why? Why would God allow this? Why did God do it this way? Why did God choose this plan? Why? And we'd go around in a circle all the way around. And so this morning, what I want to do to end our series is I want to introduce you to two questions that unconvinced people or skeptical people should ask. What are the two questions that we as skeptical and unconvinced people, or people out there, your family members, your friends, your people at work, when you get into dialogue with them, what are the two questions that you want to ask them to ask? And the one question is this: what happened? What happened? Because this is interesting. Christianity, did you know, at its base, at its root, is distinct from other world religions, and here's why. Christianity is not fundamentally at its base level based upon an ideology. It's not based upon just a theology. It's not based upon just a set of idea or system of beliefs. Do you know that Christianity at its root is based upon historical events? Historical events that really in time and space really happen on a calendar, really happen in a geographical spot, and we'll celebrate one of those next week, Easter. And we're going to look at one of those this morning. But you need to ask, what happened? The second question that you want to ask is, who is? What I mean is, who is Jesus? Because you can ask all the big, huge questions that you thought were your objections, that you thought were your questions, that you thought were your doubts. You can ask all the questions in the world that you want to ask. But it boils down to this: who is Jesus? What happened 2,000 years ago? What happened in Jerusalem? Did he die on a cross or not? Did he rise or did he not? What happened to Jesus? Who is he? Is he just a man? Is he a prophet? Is he a priest? Is he a good guy? Is he a world leader? What is he? Who is he? That's the big question that you want to ask. And so this morning, I want to introduce you to a story, and then I want to come back and talk about those two questions there at the end. And so this morning, if you have a Bible, let me invite you to open your Bibles to Acts chapter 9. And I'm going to start in Acts 7. You go to Acts 9:1. And Acts chapter 9, verse 1, I'm going to look at a couple of verses before we get to Acts 9. I just want to tell you to kind of set up this, because what we're going to look at here is, this is a story that you might have heard of before. You might have heard bits and pieces, but maybe not the whole thing, or it really didn't kind of click, or the tumblers didn't roll into place, or you didn't fully understand what it was about. But this is a story that is a huge, important, fundamental story about a guy who asks the right questions, okay?